Nashville, Tennessee, it's the Three. With the Studio C Band. And here's your host, Laura Harris-Smith.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm glad you're here. I'm Laura Harris-Smith and welcome to the Three. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. This is the only television show that looks at how the current events shaping our world are shaping you, body, mind, and spirit, because they are. And so you're going to love today's current event because it's really going to change the way you look at your food. Now, some of you guys know I'm a nutritionist. I don't have a practice or anything like that, but I'm an author of body, mind, and spirit books. And so I just decided I owed it to my readers, to go back to school and become a nutritionist. And so I did that at the age of 50. Yeah, I'm really old. So guys, I am a farmer's daughter. I'm a farmer's granddaughter. But even I didn't know some of the things that I've now learned about food just really in the last few years. There's this whole intelligent design thing behind our seed-bearing plants. I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but I'm a creationist, so I don't see how you can look at the things given to us on the third day of creation, all plants, vegetation, fruits, things from which really every vitamin originates, herbs, minerals, medicine, and both the answer and prevention for anything that could ever ail you. Right? It's just miraculous. So then why are we not all running to the grocery store and like climbing and clamoring over each other, to get to the kale? When's the last time you did that? Or to find the red peppers or the ginger or the pineapple? We should be. But instead, many of us avoid them like the plague. And then we get the plague. And then we blame God that we got the plague. Then we beg him to take it away. And then when he doesn't, we get upset. Well, here's one guy's solution taken from dailymail.com. Okay, he says, eat bacon, don't jog, and never eat fruit. That's actually an article. So I just want you to think about pears for just a minute. You know pears, okay? They fight off free radicals. They protect against heart disease and high cholesterol. They control diabetes, and they prevent cancer. Now, pears are so wholesome. They're hypoallergenic. And even so safe that usually it's one of the first foods that they give, a baby. It's just miraculous. But if you pair it with the wrong thing, did you get that? Pair it with the wrong thing, okay, then you're going to lose a great deal of the nutrients. So the current event we're talking about today is food combining. It's not trendy or new, though. It's ancient wisdom. And my guest is going to tell us all about it. He's a naturopathic doctor, a doctor of herbology, a doctor of nutritional science, a PhD. My goodness, he's like a thermometer. He has so many degrees. And he's a father, a 4-time gold medalist in the Senior Olympics, and the president and CEO of my alma mater, the Institute of Original Medicine, the International Institute of Original Medicine. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Jim Sharps. At my pillows.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dr. Sharps, I am so happy that you are here this morning. You have influenced my life in such an amazing way, everything that I've learned at the Institute. But it's this concept of food combining that was most intriguing to me. Like I said, I grew up eating colorfully, but I never knew that depending on what you pair which food with,
that's right,
you can lose some of the nutrients. And basically it's because foods digest at different rates. So why don't you tell us about that?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. And let me congratulate you on the success of your recent book, the 30-Day Faith Detox.
Thank you.
But food combining is one of those things that a lot of nutritionists really don't talk about. There's two real important aspects of nutrition. One is eating the right foods. And I talk about that in terms of my hierarchy of nutrients, the most important nutrients to the least important nutrients. And I put that in the context of the health continuum, which talks about dynamic vitality, optimum health, suboptimum health, and debilitating illness. And it's interesting when you look at the hierarchy of nutrients people are eating at the lower level, and they also are experiencing suboptimal health.
Now, what would those lower level foods be?
Those well, let me go through the 5 categories
Okay.
very quickly. There's 5 categories. The first one is air, water, sunlight, and the Earth's magnetic field. So people say, well, wait a minute. You're talking about the most important nutrients to the least important nutrients. God blesses us so much. We're so abundantly blessed that we take for granted the blessings that we have. We don't even consider air a nutrient.
That's right.
But nothing on this planet can live with. No biological function can live without air.
And let me just interrupt you and say that was really a revelation to me.
Right.
I'm a writer. I stay inside all the time. I could live inside and never go outside, right? I take vitamin D supplements because I just don't ever go outside.
That's right.
But when I learned that you need to go outside every day and take an air bath.
That's right.
So now I do that. My husband will say, where are you going? You're like dressed and going out of the house. I'm going to go get an air bath. So continue. I'm sorry.
So you need air. You need it externally. You need it internally. That's the first food group. Then people say, well, wait a minute. What are we giving all these teeth for? What are we going to masticate? What are we going to chew on? Mm-hmm. The second food group is fruits and vegetables. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. The third group is legumes and grains, which surprises a lot of people because that's the staple, and that's what a lot of nutritionists promote, that should be the most that you should eat. But fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. As you said, in Genesis, we have been given the prescription for health. The divine prescription for health and vitality and what we should have from a nutritional standpoint. The fourth food group, God is still involved, is meat and dairy, which surprises a lot of people. And then the fifth group is processed or refined foods, which God had nothing to do with. No. That's the food industry. And so you look at that and you look at where most people are eating. They're eating the meat, dairy, and the processed foods, and that's where you see a lot of the health issues occurring in terms of the suboptimal health to debilitating illness, and there's certain percentages in those. And then there's the other side, which brings...
That's what,
This is the context. So even if you're eating the right foods, why do Christians get sick? Why do people eating the right food? Why do they still have these health issues? It's not only eating the right foods, but eating foods right.
Yes.
And that's where food combining is one of those very important principles.
What are the basics? Give us something. Give us the one thing we should not do.
Well, how about liquids with meals? That's one. Okay. Water is very important, but it's a mistake to combine your water with your food. Why? If you understand the physiology of digestion, there are 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.
Right.
And that's really the significance of the importance. Everybody thinks it's protein, but it's carbohydrates, fats, and protein. Fats are digested in the carbohydrates are digested in the mouth. That's where the amylases are, and it requires an alkaline solution. Protein digestion actually takes place in the stomach. Okay, and you require a very strong acid. You need hydrochloric acid.
Right.
There's a dormant enzyme, pepsinogen, is stimulated when you take in protein, and it secretes acid, and that's what you need for protein. And then
fats, let me see if I got this right in school. They don't digest till the small intestines.
Ooh,
I'm good. Okay.
And the duodenum. That's right. And so you have these 3 stations.
Yeah.
And so food combining has to do with understanding the physiology of digestion, and then it's the timing and the types of enzymes that are required. So carbohydrates require amylases, a more alkaline type of solution.
Right.
Protein, an acid solution, and then the fats, they have to be emulsified. So they're digesting, as you said, it passes through. You still have to chew it and break it up into the appropriate morsels.
Right.
But then when it goes to the duodenum, that's when the bile emulsifies them, and then the appropriate enzymes from the pancreas breaks it down further.
Well, then let's say that you have, 2 entirely good foods, but you put them together.
Right.
I know you've talked in the past about protein. I've heard you preach on this, that protein and carbohydrates mixed together. And what is that? That's the American sandwich, that's steak and potatoes, that's any hamburger.
You got it.
So when we come back, I want us to talk about that, because
Okay.
I guarantee you every one of us struggles right in that area.
Yeah, that's the major That's one of the major compromises.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. That was revelation to me. We're going to be right back. Please stay close because you're going to want to hear what Dr. Sharps has to say. Again, you're going to change your health and change your world one plateful at a time. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching The Three. But you know, it dawned on me that I really need to officially introduce myself to many of you, even though I've been in television for 50 years. My parents put me in my first commercial at age 3, and that path carried me all the way to the Shop at Home TV network where I was a host. I'm a wife of 34 years to Chris, a mom to 6 adult children, and a grandmother to 8 so far. I'm an author of, goodness, over 20 books and ebooks, and whatever I write, you can count on the fact that it will help you physically, emotionally, and spiritually because my passion is body, mind, and spirit health. I'm a certified nutritionist with a degree in original medicine. And my husband and I pastor a phenomenal church in Nashville called Eastgate Creative Christian Fellowship, where we help people get healthy body, mind, and spirit. So if you're ever in the Nashville area, I hope you'll stop in and say hi. You know, God had a son, but what he wanted was a family. So he sent Jesus to come and get us. Likewise, I had a TV career, but what I really want is a TV family. As you can tell by now, I have always had one foot in media and one foot in ministry. And it's all collided now on The Three. So please become a part of The Three's family. Visit the link on your screen to give a tax-deductible gift and help me purchase airtime that takes this fun, relevant, faith-based show to a faithless world. Some TV ministries would then call you a donor or a partner, but I'm going to call you family. Go to the link and become a part of my TV family today. I can't do it without you. Thanks. Hi, everybody. You know, I'm very sympathetic to people struggling with chronic sicknesses, especially neurological issues, because as a young girl, I was diagnosed with epilepsy, and I used to have a constant electrical storm in my brain, which would cause horrible convulsions. Well, those decades of suffering, combined now with my degree in nutrition and my growing respect for essential oils and the amazing healing properties God put in them on the 3rd day of creation, compelled me to create my very own oil blend called Quiet Brain. Quiet Brain is different than any blend I've ever seen because it's comprised of oils whose special composition is sesquiterpenoids, and they can cross the blood-brain barrier, which not all neurological medicines and not even all essential oils can do. But Quiet Brain's 8 ingredients, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, lavender, and more, do. Our case study resulted in testimonies of considerable relief, elimination, at the very least support for PTSD, insomnia, migraines, stress, anxiety, seizures, and more. These aren't medical claims. Everybody's body varies, and so your results will vary. But they are testimonies that cannot be argued with. So go to quietbrainoil.com for our patent-pending oil. It comes in a roller bottle, a dropper bottle, which is great for diffusing, and there you'll also find our nasal inhalers, candles, shampoo and conditioner, and even our gift box with all the products, plus a diffuser. And download the free ebook while there to understand the science behind Quiet Brain. Again, that's quietbrainoil.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Harris-Smith, and I am on location here in Columbia, Maryland, and I am at the International Institute of Original Medicine. Of course, we've been in the studio with Dr. Jim, but now I've come north actually for a wonderful occasion, and that is the International Institute of Original Medicine's graduation. And this is Dr. Jim's wife, Dr. Elisa Sharps. Thank you for having us, and thank you for having this wonderful event. I wanted to just ask you a few questions. I've just had a blast interviewing and getting to know Dr. Jim, but wanted to just ask you your perspective on the school. I understand that it had already been around for a while. In about 2010, you really jumped on board. What has happened since that, or how old is the school actually?
Well, it's about 13 years old.
Okay.
And we got involved, I got involved with it because I saw that the interest was so high. Okay. And I just wanted to take it to another level.
Right.
And so I started overseeing what was already happening in the school and started making some changes and started making changes to staff, to curriculum. And I started, with those changes, the school was growing even faster. Wow. We do no advertising. We have one ad and our school is really growing.
And this is going to be great advertising, actually. This is why I'm doing that, is because I want people to know this is the only, and I think Dr. Jim said this in the first segment, this is the only biblically based body, mind, and spirit
accredited school.
Accredited school out there, anywhere in the world. And so that's exciting. It's my alma mater, and it's so exciting to me to be a part of this. So you're saying then that you wound up coming in 2010 and really administratively you took things and took it to a whole new level, but then you yourself became a naturopathic doctor.
I did. And looking at how the classes were going to change, I was going through the classes, through the editing, I was taking classes, and so I just kept taking more classes, and before I knew it, I had actually taken more classes than was needed to have my doctorate degree. And so I finally decided that might as well become a doctor, finished up the dissertation, and became a doctor myself in 2011.
That is amazing. All right, now, we're here at the graduation. I heard you say there were 40 countries represented at this graduation. Okay, so tell me a little bit about that. What is it like to run an international hub for so many different minds, but you're training them in the same exact vision? What is that like?
It's wonderful. You'd be surprised that because we all have the same vision, it's easy to work with them. And it's so different in all the countries, but they all need the same thing. And so it's just been wonderful, and it's been wonderful to think that they all were willing to come out and travel to be part of our first graduation.
Yeah. So then the school's been around for quite a while, and you decided to finally have a ceremony and get everybody together and get them walking, which I think is just a phenomenal idea. Distance learning, for those of you who have been a part of distance learning, it's hidden. It's a very hidden work, and it feels wonderfully affirming to be able to come in and have that tassel turned and just know I did it. In fact, I'm graduating today. So I'm going to go in and graduate. I actually have, I got to go in to get my cap and gown. And because it is the very first ceremony from the school, you actually are going to walk with us. Even though she got her degree long ago, and I actually came to IIOM and I became a nutritionist several years ago. But then I decided to go through their bachelor program, and now I'm in your master's program, and I'm going through to my doctorate as well. Pray for me.
And
I got to get all the way through.
Laura, we are having this very first graduation because she encouraged me as well as the students from far and wide. And so here we are, and I'm so happy we're here.
I'm just a cheerleader, that's it. You guys are the champions, you're the heroes. All right, well, thank you again. And we're actually, after the break, we're going to go back to interview Dr. Jim. What's it like living with Dr. Jim Sharps?
Oh, it's a challenge.
It's got to be exciting.
And you learn so much every day.
I can only imagine. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the ceremony.
With honors, graduating with honors is Laura Harris-Smith. She received her degree in 2017 for her bachelor's, and she's continuing on through the various programs that we have. She has done Certified Nutritional Counselor. She has graduated with her bachelor's. She's going through her master's, and she will also be receiving her doctorate.
Now, what I didn't tell you about Laura Harris was she's a pastor, she's an author, she's a TV personality, she's a host of the TV. I don't know how she does what she does. Now, if you look around, but the point I want to make is if you want to get something done, give it to a woman.
Are you enjoying The Three?
I'm Laura Harris-Smith. Welcome to The Three.
Season 1 was a hit, and Season 2 is in production with more emphasis on making you healthy, body, mind, and spirit. But I need your help. Would you consider making a tax-deductible donation to send the good news worldwide? Go to www.thethree.tv to become a media missionary with Laura Harris-Smith Ministries and be registered to win a trip to Nashville for a taping of The Three.
Which is kind of cool.
Go to thethree.tv right now.
Hey, what do you think of when I ask about your health? Probably just your diet, weight, or a sickness.
But health involves so much more than just the body. You also have a spirit and a mind that need nourishing, and the Healthy Living Handbook is going to do just that. It contains a top 10 list of healthy living habits for your spirit, where we'll discuss your prayer life, the Holy Spirit, things you may be substituting for God and not even know it. Then Section 2 contains a top 10 list for your mind. I'm going to help you get organized, deal with stress, help you laugh more, and never be discouraged again. There's even a relationship quiz there that helps you make sure the people in your life are the right ones. Then in Section 3, there's a top 10 list for your body. We'll study the 3 biggies, meat, wheat, and sweets, and other things like weight loss, water consumption, and there's even my essential oils list that tells you which oils help the top 50 common household ailments. Go to lauraharrissmith.com and get your copy of the Healthy Living Handbook today. What if there was a reset button for your body, mind, and spirit? There is! I wrote the 30-Day Faith Detox so you could cleanse your body, renew your mind, and heal your spirit. There are 30 daily devotionals to confront emotional residues from past trials, what I call faith toxins, prayers to refresh your spirit, and then through yummy strategic foods, each of your 15 body systems are cleansed for a total body detox. People are losing weight and gaining faith. Go to lauraharrissmith.com today to get your copy of the 30-Day Faith Detox. Welcome back, everyone. This is a convicting conversation we're having today, but it's one that you need to hear. So I'm here with Dr. James Sharps, and I'm just going to ask you, just cut to the chase. What is the one thing we need to not do in food combining?
Carbohydrates and protein is probably the biggest one.
Okay.
Carbohydrates require an alkaline solution. Protein requires an acid solution. You mix the 2 solutions together, and basic chemistry tells you you weaken the integrity of either, so you don't get complete digestion of the carbohydrates or the protein. The carbohydrates ferment, the protein tends to putrefy, and then you can see a whole host of gastrointestinal and other health issues that result from that.
So then it just sits in our gut and rots.
Exactly.
And then we run out and take an antacid.
Exactly.
But then that shuts down the digestive juices that are trying to digest this mess in our, okay, so it's like this endless cycle. Tell us about fruit. I love the saying you have about fruit.
Well, fruit, eat it alone or leave it alone. It's one of the most efficient foods that there is out there. It only takes about 20 to 30 minutes to digest, to leave the stomach. Right. But the way the digestive system works, it works on the most complex things first. So if you have fruit with or after your meal, it sits there to wait for the more complex food to be digested, and therefore it ferments.
What is it? What happens to fruit when you leave it outside?
Exactly.
In 98-degree weather.
Exactly, in the heat.
So that's what happens in your gut.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
And so that's another one of the big ones. So a watermelon, it's almost, it's 90% plus water. Right. It's the most efficient. And that was the biggest one. See, I used to think I was a health enthusiast. I'd eat my barbecue chicken or whatever, and then I'd have my watermelon and wonder why I was doubled over in pain. And say, well, I'm trying to be good. Yeah. And so a lot of people are doing good things wrongly, if that's a word.
Eating the right things at the wrong time.
In the wrong way. And so fats with carbohydrates, fruit with even fruits with vegetables is a problem. Fats with protein is a problem. Sugar with anything is a problem. And so you can see how the bacon and eggs with grits.
Right.
With a swath of butter.
Oh, you're in the South. Hang on. Wait, watch
exactly.
out.
Exactly. But these are things, if you understand these principles and use them appropriately, you improve your digestive efficiency, you significantly enhance your energy, and you have significantly better health outcomes.
You live longer, no doubt.
Add 15 to 30 productive years to your life with proper nutrition.
I'm all about that. I want more time. All right. We have just a couple of minutes left. I want you to talk about the school. Okay. It changed my life. So it's a distance learning university. Tell us about the International Institute of Original Medicine.
It is the only accredited biblically based natural health institute of higher learning in the entire world that does distance learning training. And it provides both certificate and degree programs, certified nutrition counselor, certified herbalist, certified medical missionary, and then the bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. It is the most powerful system known to man for preventing and reversing all chronic degenerative diseases. And so our school is designed to equip and qualify practitioners and professionals in this most powerful system known to man. And it is basically teaching God teaching people God's divine prescription for health and healing.
And that's original medicine.
Original medicine is basically taking it back to the originator, to not the counterfeit, the first cause, the author of both the moral law and the natural law. And that's what the foundational principle behind the original medicine school. There's many schools of naturopathy, but we focus on 7 aspects, all the 7 aspects of health. But we're the only ones that do original medicine. We also do the alternative medicine and the conventional medicine and the botanical medicine and the nutrition and the health assessment. But we have the foundation as original medicine, and everybody, I don't care what your background is, has to take concepts of original medicine, which takes it back to the creator, the owner of us, body, mind, and spirit.
He knows exactly what we need.
All aspects.
Well, so they can go to iiomonline.com. And if you're like me, I wanted to just go and learn and get certified, so I became a certified nutritionist, and I was hooked.
Par excellence, you forgot to tell them. She's being very modest. She gets a special, people that excel, and it's less than 10%, get a special designation on their certificates and diplomas. And Laura Harris Smith happens to be one of those. We have many value students. This is the caliber of students we have in our school.
It's a great school. It's wonderful. And what I did was I went in and became certified, and then I just had to keep going. So then I went back and got my degree.
Bachelor's.
I actually dropped out of college, and I was a young mom, so I had never finished college. So finally, at the age of 53, I am now a college graduate, and that's exciting. That's really exciting. So you can do the same thing, and I've told so many people about the school. It has not just opened new doors for me with my readers. I can give them advice now that's grounded on information that's solid.
That's right.
But I can also, you know, just add years to my life. I feel like I'm in my 20s. I feel better than I have ever felt in my entire life.
And look at her. It's not a feeling, it's a fact.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's a big blessing as well.
Yes.
Well, I am thankful that you have been with us here today. I am thankful for the Institute.
Thank you.
And I want to just tell people again, you can go to iiomonline.com and you can do this. You can do it for yourself, you can do it for your family, and you can also just do it because you want to you want to just maybe improve the way that you're able to communicate to others. Maybe you're into the medical field and you want to improve yourself, your ability to teach others. And that's what the Institute is all about. Well, everybody, I'm thankful that you were here with us today. Thank you, Dr. Sharps, for coming in. Yes, for traveling and being with us. We appreciate all of you folks. Don't miss the next episode of The Three. You're going to love it too. Take care, everybody.